right. Hello and welcome to Smiling Souls. This is Stephanie Keenan Ray and Wendy T. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. All the geese have come to visit me today. I don't know why. They might need healing. That and kicked off the Peaceful Pages Collective this week. It was so much fun. Next week we have our Just for Joy activity, and that's going to be all centered around the new moon on the 20th, because that just synced up really perfectly. So super excited. How about you?
I'm sorry. I was still giggling over the time clock debacle that I had during your peaceful creation. So during she had me as her person.
You were my wing woman.
I was her wing woman.
And you always will be my wing
woman. We're on the Zoom and she's like, "Can you put the time clock on for 3 minutes?" And she had them do an activity and I did. And it was like 1 second before I was about to go off and I went to stop the clock because I had shrunk it down. It wasn't the big clock on the right-hand side anymore. I shrunk it down and it was just right up next to the record button.
Guess what she hit?
I stopped the recording instead of stopping the thing. And then the thing went ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And I was like, no.
But that's not all.
And I go, fuck it. In the middle of a peaceful collective where everybody's supposed to be calm and chill. And I'm like, fuck it.
Like, fuck. I thought it was hilarious.
It was.
Everybody else was like, whoa. I'm like, you know what?
Not half the room knew me, so they knew what was happening, but
we're all adults. We'll say it together. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. It was your family members that were like, what?
They really should know, because they swear just as much as I do and you do. So they should not have been shocked by that. Just saying.
Yes. They just went from their peaceful journaling to Stephanie losing your shit for a second.
You know what? Losing your shit and swearing is just healthy. I'm just telling you.
Exactly.
Because if you don't lose your shit, it's going to come out in different ways that didn't. I guess. You know what I mean?
It's got to go somewhere.
Got to go somewhere. Exactly.
And on that note, Steph, what about you?
What about me? Life has been good. This week has been it's been a whirlwind. So last week, Gabriel's 2 teachers and one of their aides left the school.
Oh.
Yeah. So
2 teachers and an aide.
Yeah.
Like left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So I was a little paranoid and freaked out and trying not to let the child know that I was like completely pissed off and freaked out, but at the same time questioning, like, so what was going on? Because he likes to not tell me all the things. And not that he would know the backside story of the teachers,
you never know,
reasonings, but he is pretty tight with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But basically all weekend he was like, it's gonna be like the first day of school all over again. And luckily they got 2 new like long-term substitutes and then some people who already worked in the school as aides. So like they've got a lot, like they've got more support than they had before.
Oh,
to make the 5th and 6th graders happy and not lose their little baby brains. So it seems like it ended up better than I expected. So
things happen for a reason, right?
Yeah, and I'm still upset about it because those 2 were like awesome. And but yeah.
Okay. Well, that was an exciting
Apparently he was trying to talk to one of the aides who works in the building who's been in the school system for a while, trying to convince her to let him send a message to one of the teachers because she's still friends with her.
Aww.
I was like, you are too funny, dude. You're
your kid.
Your teacher's in trouble, but it's all good.
He's just trying to connect with him.
He is. He's so cute. But yeah, so it's been a busy week. It's been fun. We've joined your peaceful collection. Cool. I can never remember the name of it. I'm sorry.
PPC, babe.
What?
PPC. PPC.
EPC. Okay.
Peaceful Pages Collection. Oh my God. Peaceful Pages Collective, or
Yeah,
PPC for short. Just
that's
PPC.
not going to work in my brain.
Okay, well, it just is.
So shall we do some oracle cards and introduce
Yeah.
our friend Olivia?
Yes. Do you have yours pulled?
I do.
Well, why don't you go first? Because I'm trying to find the thing in my book.
Okie dokie. So, where is my book? Dang nabbit. We're special today.
Usually, Olivia, we're a little more put together than this. Today's a special day.
We're just being real.
Exactly.
Really are.
That is what we are all about.
Woo.
So I got brilliant ideas. I love this card.
I love that. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it is Archangel Uriel. It says, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your ideas to fruition. Your idea is an answered prayer, even though it may push you past your comfort zone. Know that God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Ask for and be willing to receive all of the support that you need to bring the idea to fruition. Know that I'll be there for you along the way, and you can ask me for help at any time. I am especially glad to give you ideas and creative insights to support your life's purpose. Working with Archangel Uriel. His energy is a pale yellow, like a candle's glow. Whenever you need ideas or intellectual guidance, contact Uriel. His energy is aligned with the amber crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Since we were just talking about previous recording, celebrating 2025 ideas, all the things. Cool. All right. Well, I pulled the Sun. Enjoy success and happiness, which is very similar. Hold up your card, Steph. Because, like, look at how similar. You put it in back in the deck, didn't you?
It's right here.
There. Look at this. I mean, same color, same kind of design.
Yep.
Success and happiness. So, know that doors are opening for you. Follow up new projects, ventures, and ideas. Connect with the inner fire that is driving you forward. The Sun has long been associated with the energy of success. It's the most powerful planet in the solar system. So, of course, when the Sun card appears in a reading, it will bring power, success, and light. It brightens up all connections, banishes darkness, brings a sense of youthfulness, and invites you to connect to the energy of joy so you can be light in spirit and heart. Dang. All right. And now, Olivia, you're going to help me choose your card. And so I've got the deck right here, except for the Sun card. And I'm going to start shuffling. And you tell me when you feel like I need to stop when I found your card.
There.
Bottom or top?
The one that just went to the bottom.
What is this? Oh, I've never got it.
Mountains.
What?
I know.
Girl, mountains. Stand your ground. Okay, let's see what information we can get from this. That is, I mean, there are no accidents. There are no mountains. Where are the mountains in this book? I love this card deck, but good grief. Make the finding of the things easier if you do this again. Elder, Hermit, Peacekeeper, Star Ancestor, Wise One. Where are
Well,
the
she's
mountains?
searching. I have to say, because I haven't commented on this, but I think every time you have that deck, the design on the top of the cards, the little golden swirly with the wings, it makes me think of Harry Potter every single time she
It does me too. Mountains, where? Really?
And she just found the mountains. Yay!
Right. And take.
And cut.
Okay, so mountains. Whew. Hold firm to what you believe in or are focusing on, because it is absolutely right. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted deeply in the earth and reach high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. They have been home to animals. They have been climbed by humans, and they have seen seasons come and go. No matter what has happened to them, they have remained strong, immovable, and unshakable. And so they offer the spiritual energies of strength and resilience. Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
All right. Well, it is finally.
For you, Olivia. What did you think of that card?
Well, oh, yeah.
It's so perfect for this time that I'm in right now that we'll probably talk a little bit about in a few moments. And it feels really aligned.
Yeah.
Really aligned.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that. By the way, it was in the section called warrior symbols.
Oh.
Well, there's more to come on that one.
Don't put it in warrior symbols. Put it in like earth. Okay. Hey there, smiling souls. Do you ever feel like you're wasting countless hours trying to figure out the right systems and tech for your business, only to end up with more questions than answers? It can be frustrating, and it could lead to a frowny soul. Well, we don't want that. That's why Anahita from Ask Anahita Digital Consulting is here to help with her signature systems and strategy call. She helped us with our website.
Oh, yeah, it was so helpful. Based on 20 years of experience, this focused 2-hour one-on-one session is designed to assess your business and ensure your website and tech systems are perfectly aligned with your goals. Anahita will then map out a custom plan from your processes to your tech stack and automations so that you can stop hustling and start growing. Plus, you'll receive a recording of the call and 30 days of unlimited email support, which I can tell you, Wendy totally utilized that recording so that she could make all the things work right.
And it's so easy.
It is so easy. And if you decide to work with her long term, the cost will be deducted from your service packages. Start working smarter and book your systems and strategy call with Anahita today. And yeah, we can't say enough. She is amazing. She makes you feel taken care of. And like that you're in the right place and that you're gonna have a awesome situation when you're done with working with her.
Yeah, let it be easy. Call Anahita. Alrighty then. It is my pleasure. First of all, that Olivia has been sitting here listening to me and Steph's nonsense. So thank you.
I love
you're
nonsense.
lovely. You're lovely, Olivia. Okay. So we are so happy to introduce to the Smiling Souls podcast, Olivia Rose. Olivia is an award-winning educator, internationally certified integral coach, where she helps leaders and changemakers rise with confidence, kind of like the mountains, with authenticity and impact and confidence. With over 20 years of experience in education, nonprofit leadership, and coaching, she has guided individuals, teams, and organizations through transformation that balances clarity of vision with grounded, embodied leadership. Her signature Rebel Rise framework invites people to move beyond titles and external validation and lead boldly in the age of authenticity. Drawing on her journey from burnout to renewal, Olivia blends science, strategy, and soul to empower others to thrive in their lives, workplaces, and communities. Whether speaking on stage, leading group programs, or coaching one-on-one, she's known for her honest, compassionate, and fiercely supportive approach to growth and leadership. Welcome to Smiling Souls, Olivia.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yay. Awesome. Yeah, welcome. We're so happy to have you here as well. Do you want to share a little bit about you and how you got to do what you do and and then we'll go from there?
Sure, I'd love to. Yeah, we teased it a little bit there, right? There's a little bit of a teaser like, ooh, from like burnout to reclamation. How did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'll start at the moment where my partner, who I will have been with 12 years on New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's very exciting.
Right.
It's the best anniversary to have because the whole world celebrates with us.
I love that. Yes.
um, but he said to me, and I always feel the real truth in my eyes as I say this. We did not go through everything we've been through for you to die in this bed. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Actually, to the point where I was speaking at the college that he and I both teach at, and I didn't know he was going to come to my session, and he did, and I was like, well, I guess he's going to really see what I'd say, and I said that, and afterwards he said, I don't even remember saying that to you, and I was like,
Really?
well, that was the moment that I realized I wasn't okay anymore. I wasn't faking it well enough anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the moment that was the catalyst of realizing I had been faking it for so long. I didn't know it. I was faking it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, this is me. I'd done it so long. I'd convinced myself this is me.
Mm.
And so what led up to that? Well, I'll start with, what did we overcome?
Mm-hmm.
We both
Yeah.
overcome some relationship transitions to find each other. And we had overcome my cancer journey. I am 10 years in January. I get to call myself in the rare category of cured. I had one of the few cancers that actually goes into the cured category at some point, and I'm there. So
Goodness.
we went through quite the blood cancer journey. We went through journey with my child of understanding their gender orientation. We'd been through a lot together. And at that point in my life, I was barely getting out of bed. I was getting out of bed 5 minutes before the work meeting that's on Zoom and like judging myself up enough and then like pulling all my energy and showing up super energetic because I was pulling every bit of energy that I had left from tiny pieces and moving through it and then crashing out. And I was crashing out a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. So from there, that was a moment where I realized this wasn't working anymore. And over the course of the next year or so, I decided to do what I had been saying I was going to do for a long time, which is gave my amazingly supportive boss notice that I would be leaving my work. I think I gave her, I don't know, like 9 months notice. Like it was a lot of notice. And she was incredibly supportive. And I had been saying for years, I'm going to leave in this many years, but that clock never started, you know? And so I'd overstayed my welcome. I was performing good enough, but it wasn't working for me anymore. And it wasn't really working for the team. I was leading a team of almost 50.
Well,
Yeah, good enough, but was time for me and for them, I think, for something else. So I started that process. I got a therapist. I can't recommend that enough. And I did what 10 years prior, I had told my first coach. I had said, I am going to be a coach when I grow up. And I finally signed up for the coaching program that I had dreamed of. I actually keep the certificate right there because it's one of the most intensive and highly regarded coaching programs in the world. And it's a full year and very, very intensive. And I signed up and took one step in front of the other. I did get support through meds. And luckily, the work I did and what I was experiencing in my own anxiety and depression, the work I did allowed me to eventually wean off those meds. That's not for everybody and not everybody's journey. So we take it as it is for individuals. But one step at a time, I got myself out of that bed and moved my life back into the space of authenticity. And that's when, every step, the first few are the hardest, right? But that's where I get to be now. That's where I am. And it's a constant process of doing the work to get back there when I stray. But yeah, that's the little bit of a story about who I am and how I got here in my coaching work and why it's so important for me to work. I work with all humans, but particularly women and women identifying humans who are ready to stop the faking it till they're making it. They've been faking it so long they don't remember that they're faking it anymore.
Right.
Like live it, like live this one unique life.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
I love that.
Wow. Yeah. I can relate because I was faking it till I was making it and I got myself sick too.
Yeah.
So same. And it's so interesting. The women that I think we all work with, some way, shape, or form, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I got this. And we're looking at them going, she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She hasn't realized.
Mm-hmm.
So that came to my mind. And Olivia, you got really excited when I pulled the mountain card.
I did.
And I think you pointed to your picture behind you. Yeah. So I'm curious, right? We all make clear choices on what we want to have in our Zoom world. This is your Zoom world. Tell us why that's there.
Yeah. Well, I am a Colorado transplant. I've been here since 2002, so more than 20 years. I actually grew up in Maine on the ocean, so not far from my friend Stephanie. I went to college at UMass. Woo woo. Yes, I'm a product of the zoo.
Yeah, you were.
um, but an ocean girl, lobstering community, lobstering family.
Okay.
Yes, I love lobster. That's always the first question. Yes, I do. Do I get enough of it? No. Mom and dad, please send more. Thank you. And a deep connection with the ocean, and coming to Colorado, I felt that same connection with the mountains in a very different way.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I am not a skier anymore. Skied for a short amount of my life. Not my thing. Scared of heights. Don't like being cold. It's real expensive, and I don't like being stuck in traffic. But the mountains here, being at the base of the Rocky Mountains, there is this exponential grounded energy that happens. You can see the grandiosity of the peaks, and they're so grounded into the earth. They feel as if they have roots that dig so deep. And it's been a connection and a calling that I didn't fully expect when I moved here, and have returned to time and time again. So the other part that really excites me is when I was in my integral coaching program with New Ventures West, we have a lead faculty member, and we all get a development plan, and we spend the first part of our year-long learning coaching. We spend the first part just on ourselves, self-coaching and being coached by our mentors and our faculty. And my faculty member gifted me a song. And it was Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire. I know. I still tear up a lot of times when I hear it. And she's got her feet on the ground and her head in the clouds. And this tension of the exponential feeling of that is so connected with this mountain card. It's like the firmness that allows that expansion. So yeah, that's why I got so excited.
You're so excited.
Because that is so true. And something we talked about as we were coming into here that people will now get to see behind the curtain, because that's a fun part about this podcast. It's really transparent. You get to see behind the curtain. Is that I recently rebranded in a way that was so authentic and has this feeling of I am now standing my ground. I'm not. It was a piece of performance under my previous brand that I didn't realize I was doing. And when I stripped that down and rebranded to my name, Olivia Rose Coaching, it's beautiful. Why would you not use it? Thank you, Mom and Dad, for this gorgeous name. Use it. I feel so, I wrote these words down, strong, immovable, unshaken, while also resilient and adaptive, that it's not stuck. And the amazing thing about mountains is, as much as they look like they're permanent, they're moving too. They're not permanent.
Hmm.
They're moving too. They are shifting with the type.
Tonic plates.
Yeah, the plates
Those
through the
things.
earth.
Those doodads.
Yeah, I just broke up this like eloquent.
I know, you were doing so good.
Tectonic plates. They shift with the tectonic plates. They are also flexible and movable in this
Mhm.
really strong stoic way. So it's just really resonating with where I'm at right now.
Yeah. I love that. And it's funny that you bring up like how the mountains and the ocean, like for you, because so to me, I loved Maine growing up because it had the mountains and the ocean, like
Right.
not necessarily very close to each other, but not that far away from
Right.
things considered. So it's really interesting because I totally understand that, like the connection, the grounding, the centering, the breathe, like the ability to breathe with the mountains or breathe with the ocean, So yeah, it makes sense that, once you went out there, you're just like, oh.
They're both forces of nature
Yeah.
that are incredibly powerful and life-giving and also sometimes life-ending. And
Mhm.
it's that the embracing of the
Gotta
cycle
respect
of
them.
the movement. Yeah. And that's so much of what I love about the work that I do with women is like honoring the cycle of the now.
Mhm.
What got us here may not get us there, but we are still thankful. We're not going to throw it away. It's
Right.
part of the foundation that lets us move to that next level and that cyclical nature. And sometimes we loop back to something that has been true for us before. So one of the things I love about integral coaching that just blows my mind time and time again as I experience it with people. It's like oracle cards. You get the card and you're like, how is this so true?
Right.
Is one of the things that we really think about is who have you always been that you've lost touch with?
That's
That
it.
you need to return to. She's not out
Yep.
here. She's not
Mhm.
out here.
Right.
She's in here. She might be influenced by those that are out here,
Right.
but she's in here. Find her.
Hmm.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And you might cover this in Olivia in the practices and insights from your framework. But what I'm wondering is when a woman comes to you, is she like, where is she? Is she right in that faking it till she makes it, or where do your clients typically connect with you?
Yeah. So humans make change when the pain gets so great they cannot ignore it anymore.
Yep.
Right. So we have this interesting thing around pain tolerance. And it happens with joints and muscles and that kind of pain, but it also happens with emotional, spiritual, soul pain, mental pain as well. So typically the women that I work with have started to realize that the pain is getting greater and they are on a collision course.
Mhm.
And they are ready for energetic movement. And in case it hasn't translated in this podcast, I'm a pretty energetic human.
Yeah, you are.
It might be hard to imagine me as a depressive state in my bed because I'm an extraordinarily energetic human. I just was born with this energetic capacity. It's actually kind of funny that when we were talking about this earlier, the light that is shining in on me right now, because I have described it at times, and I don't mean this egoistically. I just mean this practically, and it has lessons for all of us.
Right.
But I sometimes describe the way my life experience has been is that I was born with a spotlight.
Mhm.
And when I've tried to hide from it or turn it off or shrink from it, it's
Yeah.
when inauthenticity and a misalignment happens.
Mm.
And the challenges show up in a lot of different ways. And so that's why it's particularly funny that this light is hitting me right this way today. And so I know this, my energy precedes me in a room, no matter how, I mean, good, bad, in between, wherever it is. It's just a truth of me. So
Yeah.
I can't hide that away. I have to live in it. So what I find is that the women I work with are noticing that I have this energetic power or this spotlight, or there's something about me that they go, I want that joie de vivre too.
Mhm.
I want to be alive again. If she can do it, I can do it. Or maybe I can borrow it until I find it.
That's it. Yeah.
And so a lot of the women are, they haven't gotten misaligned yesterday. It's like it's been happening for a while and they're ready. So I'll tell a quick story.
Oh, yes.
It's one of my favorite stories. So a client of mine that was in our Rebel Rise collective from January up until recently, she recently just transitioned because she had been doing the hustle. What happened to her is she was laid off from a Salesforce job. Salesforce had a big downsizing like 3 years ago. And then she was like, okay, she's incredibly smart. She's incredibly wise, business savvy. She's like, I'm going to figure it out. So she was doing some independent contractor mortgage broker work for a friend of hers. She was doing some contract work on some Salesforce contracts for a friend of hers. She decided to buy some properties and do the landlord thing. So she was doing this like portfolio life piecemeal hustle thing. And she made it work for 3 years. And when we started to work together in January, she's like, I'm exhausted. I'm rat racing. I don't love it. I'm holding it together, but not really holding it together. You know, it's the bubblegum, duct tape, MacGyver kind of feeling like this is barely going to hold it together. And over the time of the last, I don't know, what has it been? I guess 11 months, 10 months now of working through this, returning back to her own authenticity, her trueness, these pulling back up these pieces of her that have always been there, but have been hidden away or less tapped into. She just got her dream job back in a Salesforce consulting company.
Oh my gosh.
Hired at the top of the salary range. And she is like, living it. And when we were reflecting on it a couple of weeks ago, she was like, I had to be ready. I had to find myself again. I did not know what I wanted in terms of I want this job and I'm driving for it. I had to know what I wanted in here and whole myself again.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of my favorite things right now. And I'm just so happy for her, you know, and when we started working together, she's like, no, I'm doing pretty good. I got a little growth to do here, you know? And on the other end, it was like, whoa, what?
Right.
I love that. So I don't know if you'll want to talk about this, but it just kind of hit me as you were telling your story at the beginning so it's been like 10 years that, you know, since you decided to start coaching or to do the coaching program and then transform and become who you are and the business that you are. So that means that your child was rather young at that time. So I kind of wonder if watching you step into, you know, first battling the shit you were battling.
Right.
Stepping out, finding your voice, being your true self. If that allowed them to be like, I don't have to hide who I am, you know, no matter how hard that challenge is for you and for them. But I kind of wonder, and I don't know if it is true, but you know, I'm kind of curious because I feel like our kids are always learning from us, and they also teach us a shit ton. But you know, I can't imagine, you know, having a mom who, you know, yeah, you do have a shit ton of energy, and you do know how to like pull it out and make it happen, but at the same time, when you're living in the house, you also see the like when mom has crumpled into the bed, right? So I don't know if you want to share anything about that.
Well, as you know, I'm a super open book, and yeah, I'm happy to share my reflections at this point in time on them, knowing that they'll be different tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, my child is currently 15, so we're still very much developing. And
Heck yeah.
yeah. And I will say, my child has been always been incredibly reflective. Much like you, Steph, my kid is very much an old soul.
Okay.
I'm an energetic soul. My kid is very much an old
It's an old soul.
And they have shared with me at times how their energy, my energy impacts their energy, of how my gregariousness sometimes has a supportive impact and sometimes has a challenging impact on that. And I remember they were playing volleyball. I don't know, they were like 10, 11, 12 in that range. Maybe not quite 12. Anyway, matters not. They're playing volleyball and I'm just like, yeah, woo, yeah, good job. Like,
And they're like, tone it down, mom.
we left literally, we got in the car. My kid's like, read the room. All the other parents are like supporting us, but like not like that. I was like, fair enough. It's hard to concentrate when your mom is throwing all of her energy out there.
Read the room.
Read the room.
Woman.
So it's been a lifelong process to read the room. I'm still learning to read the room.
You too.
Yeah, me too. But yes, I think we are models. We are role models and models for everyone in our lives, especially our children who rhythmically align with our energies and to counterbalance our energies. So if you've done any work with the Enneagram, we know that your Enneagram type is largely cemented sometime between the ages of 5 and 6.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And the reason is you're trying to fill a gap in your immediate world. Right. So interestingly, my Enneagram type is the growth edge of my mother's Enneagram type because I wanted to help her, not consciously, I didn't come to this world planning to do it, but I wanted to help her grow and be less stressed and have more joy. Because my Enneagram type is her growth edge. My child's Enneagram type is my growth edge, not my stress edge. Now, sometimes our children can be our stress edge. Mine is my growth number as well. So we find these rhythms early, and children are us women for the most part, right? Our children live in our bodies and are created in our bodies. And so they actually start to align and reconfigure from the womb. And then they're born, and then they have these experiences that help them figure out the piece they're going to be, because the Enneagram is a circle with the 9 at the top and the numbers going all the way around. We all have all 9 types within us. We have a dominant type that we lean into, and then we have wings and instinctual variants. We won't get into all that today. If you want to know more, happy to talk.
Right.
But we have all 9 types. And so we come into this world, we have a family structure that has some of these numbers, and we're kind of sorting, not to become the number of someone else in our family, but to become our own number that rounds that system out all the more. So in that way, yes, model for my child when I wasn't maybe even trying to be.
Right.
And then, yeah, I think there is a truth, and I don't know if they'd admit it or not, so I'll ask them tonight, that me being real, me being authentic in my struggles and the growth and being honest, like, you know, we are parenting different than our parents parented and their parents parented. We are less likely to tell our kids, do it just because I say so. Right? We're more likely to say, here, let's think together. Here's why. There's some rationale. So I try to do this with my child in this honesty of like, I'm still learning and living and growing too. Like it doesn't end at adulthood. That is a myth. It doesn't end at adulthood. I'm still growing and shaping and actively shaping my life, not to become someone else's model or version, but to become more of the version I am meant to become.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Long answer that might not have been as
No, that was great. And honestly, your dive into Enneagram stuff like makes me excited because honestly, I that is one of the ones I have not delved into, and everybody is so like, oh, what's your Enneagram number? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And
well, maybe now you give a fuck.
And now I'm kind of curious.
Maybe we should, like, yeah.
Oh, I might have to find out my number. Like I know I did it at one point because somebody was like, you need to do this. And they basically pulled out their phone and started asking me the questions. I was like, oh. So I'll just have to do it again. See
I think we should both do it. And see
I feel like we need to have another episode with Olivia.
Hey, have me come back. We'll talk about it. I'm going to guess, Stephanie, that you're a heart type is going to be my guess.
Oh yeah, probably.
100% agreed.
I am a head type. So for a second, I'd love to take this this moment to like segue a little bit into headspace. And one of the things I really believe in, and it's why I studied integral coaching over other forms of coaching, which are also incredible. There are a bazillion forms of coaching, and I think they're really incredible. One of the things I found, I worked with 2 coaches early in my leadership career. They were both amazing. And again, I credit them for helping me come into this profession.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I found is that I'm already a head type. And we live in a Western culture that really overemphasizes the wisdom of the brain and minimizes the wisdom of the body and the heart.
Huh.
Right?
That's
So
true.
smart lives in the brain, and smart is logic, and smart is math, and smart is science, and smart is good grade. And smart are the things you do up here.
Yeah.
So as a head type, I already had that proclivity. Then I go through this schooling structure. And remember, I'm also an educator, been an early educator. I'm an adult educator. I kind of skipped those little bit of years in between. So we go into a structure that highly prizes the brain and not as much the wisdom of the other structures, or as Howard Gardner calls it, the multiple intelligences. And so we reinforce this is where smart is. So those of us that are head types, we already have that proclivity, and then we're told that. So we're doing all the work here. Right? But there are actually 3 centers of wisdom: the head, the heart, and the body. And if we just rely on this one, we're doing 3 times the work here.
Yeah.
Which is exhausting.
Yeah.
All right. So what propelled me into the coaching that I do now is the coaches I worked with largely worked on mindset, which was great, but I'm already a head type and I've worked on this. So I can play the game on the head level. And I had my coaches tell me, I'm exiting you, or like, you're moving on early. Like you got it all figured out here. You go and just do it, because I could play the head game. I could play the mental chess. But my body and my heart were not online with what I was learning. I wasn't bringing it here. And that's where the burnout came from, because I was doing it all here.
Right.
Now, those coaches were amazing and they helped me so much. But I realized later that not being connected with my body and my heart was the burnout I was experiencing. And my path to healing has found my way to my heart, and understanding that I'm much more heart sensitive and heart driven than I ever thought I was. And my body has a crap ton of wisdom in it. You know what my back pain tells me? My back pain does not tell me that I have a back injury. My back pain tells me that I'm emotionally overloaded. Right? And so this Enneagram piece helps me realize how my primary type is both my superpower and can be my struggle. Right.
Yep.
Wow.
And so that's one of the things that I love about it, is we can learn more about our type and lean into it, but we can also learn how to round ourselves out with these other parts and pieces that want to be involved with us too, even if they are not the natural strength that we have.
Absolutely. Wow. That is very wise.
Thank you. The book that I base my work off of is literally called The Wisdom of the Enneagram. So I think we've tapped in astutely here.
Very cool. Very cool. I did not know that. So that's even cooler.
We're learning all the things today.
Exactly.
That's why you have this podcast, to learn all the things.
And to share all the things that we learn.
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't do anybody any good to keep it to ourselves.
Right. Shining that light, which, by the way, Steph, now you're.
I know we both are doing the light.
We're both doing the dance to get in and out of our glow. Like in the middle there, both of us were like beaming.
Well, both of our like right eyes were like twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so when Olivia was talking about her light, right? I think you said like a spotlight or something, made me think of the bowl of light that we talk about on the podcast, right? That the idea is from the ancient Hawaiian culture, right? Everyone is born with a bowl of light. And we start our day with a bowl of light, bright, beautiful. And over the course of the day, we add rocks to it that diminish and dim our light.
Others add rocks to our bowl.
Others. Well, sometimes we do too.
Sometimes we do too. Yes.
Right? And the idea behind what we do here on Smiling Souls is to encourage people to take their bowl and turn it over and let those rocks fall, right?
Mhm.
So they can flip it back up and shine their light.
Mm. And what I love about that is it's not reach in, pick up the heavy rock and remove it. It's the path of least resistance.
Just
The
let it go.
easiest answer, just flip it over.
Mm-hmm.
Expend more energy to repair yourself. You just got to let go.
Yep. Just let it go. Yeah.
And we're going to start singing.
She's our theater girl, so it's kind of funny that she prompted me to let it go versus you.
Now I'm going to have that song in my head the rest of the day.
You're welcome. And everyone else listening to this will too. You're
Enjoy.
welcome.
Well, see, now that just put Maui in my head from Moana. My husband and I the other day were literally just having a laugh over how just say one word and we will be singing a song. And it was just one of those days where everything he said to me, I would just start singing a song to him. And I'm like, sorry, my brain is special today. And he was like, we both do it all the time.
I love that about you guys. That's awesome.
Well, in the Let It Go, like, I know that you do love the new Mel Robbins book, Let Them. So
I sure do.
Oh, I love that philosophy. Just let them.
Just let them.
Yeah.
Let them.
And let me. What am I going to do this? What am I going to do? And sometimes it's let it go. And sometimes it's adaptation. And sometimes it's just make peace with it. And sometimes it's let it be or whatever it is. And yeah, it is. I don't yet have a let them tattoo, although that is a big rage for people.
It is.
But I do use that book a lot with my clients and women and men alike.
Mm-hmm.
No, there may be differences in what we need to let go. And it's let them, let me, and sometimes I add let in.
Yes.
What is trying to make its way into you
that
not the
open to.
Right. Not the let everybody else into my energetic field and let me take care of it and let me let everybody's emotions in for you heart typers. Like holding on to everybody else's emotions are the rocks, right? But it's the letting in of what you're choosing to let in, what your filter needs to let in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And oftentimes it's letting in the emotion that you have compartmentalized and hidden so far away, probably back behind your kidneys that you could not see it if you wanted to. And it can stay there. And you keep stuffing things there. And eventually, like we were talking about at the beginning, it's going to come out somehow. So how do you let that work its way into you? Even if it's already inside of you to make peace with it. So oftentimes in my coaching, I use a form of practice that some of us coaches have borrowed from the therapy community of internalized family systems, sometimes called parts work. And I have been studying that for a couple of years now, where what have you encapsulated in, on, and around your body in a particular place that actually you need to let into your whole body to make peace with it and allow it to advise you, not just pop up and take over when you're not expecting.
Can you explain an example of that?
Sure can. I think the easiest one that we can understand, and it's often the place we start with in parts work, is your inner child.
Okay.
There's probably a moment in time when you were very young where the world gave you a message, directly or indirectly, where you go, I have encapsulated this child in this moment of time who heard that lesson. It's often one of those like shocking moments, like as if someone had put water in your face, like, oh, that's the moment. And we encapsulate that inner child. And then that inner child doesn't ever want to experience that again. And so every time it has something like it, that child goes, I've already experienced that. I'm the one that's going to handle it. And it kind of shows up and it like deals with whatever's going on here. And then it goes back into dormancy. And when that happens, oftentimes we're a little bit like, after the fact, we're like, I mean, I know that I acted and reacted there, but I don't really know that that was me.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of watching myself do something right there, because that child has already taken the blow. So it's protecting your truest self from taking that same blow again.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So when we can get in touch with this child, we can hear her, help heal her, and heal her every time she takes this blow,
Right.
and let her tell us what she needs to be a child
Yes.
again. So another client story, we have come back to her inner child time and time again. And the first time we met this girl, I will say there are other parts as well. I'm just talking about this one particular one.
Right.
But the first time we met this child, like, she was isolated, she was alone, and she actually wouldn't let my client get closer to her. She's like, I can literally see her and she's in a ball and she's upset. And I try to get closer to her and she says no. And so we paused and we just said, what do you need? And she shared all this stuff. My client's like, seriously, I don't know how I'm watch myself, talk to myself. This is like watching a movie. She's like, it's surreal and empowering. But by listening to this child who had all of this wise information and experience, by listening to her, the child let her get closer. And eventually we've all seen these photos lately of people holding their own younger self, that's generated by AI. She was literally seeing herself do that in real life and holding herself and hugging herself while that child cried. And when the child was done crying, it was like that. And then she's like, let's go play. And they went off and they were like, we're playing together. We're skipping. We're doing cartwheels. We're having a good time. And she was a dancer. She's a trained dancer. So they were dancing. And then months later, we're talking again. And I said, how's it been checking in with your inner child? Because that's one of the important things. It's not one and done. You got to come back and check on these parts. Right. And she said, I haven't. And I think she's kind of mad at me. And sure enough, we came in and she was like, I am so mad at you. Yeah, you said you were coming back and you didn't come back. And she was pissed. And then in 2 minutes later, she's off and dancing and having fun again. Yeah. So that's a little bit about some of the part work that we can do. And then the more we make contact with these parts, the more they can stay harmonized and the more they can tell us how to navigate the crap in life that's just going to show up. And they can tell our true self how to navigate it instead of just that reaction that makes you go, who was just controlling my brain just then?
Right.
That's interesting.
Pretty cool stuff.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and so much easier to let that inner child guide you than reacting, going, what the heck just happened? Cleaning up the mess, whatever that looks like afterwards. It just sounds like it feels better.
Yeah. I mean, we all know those moments that we've had where we're like, I just acted like a petulant child there. Or like I was overly in my feels about somebody cut me off at the grocery store. What's that about? We've all had those moments where then we go, no, it's fine. Everybody's like, you just said is that it's not fine.
Really, it's not.
Right. Yes, we can still have the feels and we can have a more peaceable pathway forward and less cleanup, as you said, Wendy.
Ooh. Cleanup aisle 5.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we don't have any cleanup ever, but we have less of it.
Right. Oh, more of that, please. Less of the cleanup.
Yes.
Whew. What would you, Olivia, say to a woman that's been watching and listening and getting those nudges like, oh, gosh, that might be me. That is me. What would you say to her?
Give yourself a little kindness and grace because you can't know what you knew until you knew it.
And then what would you tell her to do?
And then I'd say, what do you want next? What do you want for yourself from this information?
Yeah.
What do you want? Yeah. Might not change tomorrow, but in a few years, it's going to be different if you find what you really want and you take the itty bitty baby steps. So humans love speed. We love it. And the more we've sped up our world, the more speed we want. The thing is, the lasting sustainable change is the itty bitty baby step. It's the half step or the quarter step.
Yep.
Because when we take a leap, that's actually exhausting and we have to recover before the next leap. But if we take a bunch of teeny tiny steps, we're actually going to outpace the leaps. When I do in-person talks, sometimes I literally demonstrate like I'm going to leap and I'm like all like out of breath. And then I'm like, I'm going to walk the same thing and I don't lose my breath. We want to feel that we have changed. We want to feel that we have changed. So we do it so fast because we want it to feel like we have changed.
Mm-hmm.
But the change actually isn't sustainable when we feel so different because it's not aligned with the authenticity of who we are. It has to be slow and steady to be authentic. And you can still feel the change
Right.
when you have the accountability and the reflection that you need to actually look back on the span of the experience. So
Yeah.
like the client I was talking about before that got this job, she did the work all along our journey. I didn't do the work. She did the work. What I did was hold the spots where we can stop and reflect back so she can actually feel the movement she has made. Because so many of us don't feel the movement because it's really hard to stop ourselves and reflect ourselves. That's where our therapists, our coaches, our mentors, whomever they are so important because they live outside of us and they can help us reflect backwards and witness us reflecting, which enhances the feeling. We underestimate the power of witness often.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
So who is your biggest inspiration?
Yes.
I have to pick one.
No.
No.
All right. Who is my biggest inspiration? It's so hard to narrow down because there are so many amazing humans living and since past and imagined from people's imagination and stories and such that are so inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, the person I call on the most, honestly, when I think about how to become and when I inspire others to become is really Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
Because so many of us saw her as Oprah, and like, but the story before that is
Yeah.
she did the work and she was the mountain to call back to the mountain. You can have a crisis of faith in a moment, but true faith is the long game. And she did that time and time again. The no's weren't permanent for her. The rejections weren't permanent. The no's and the rejection, no mistakes, right, Coach Wendy? That the no's and the rejections are part of the journey to say that's not for you because something else is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I even say I'm like Oprah, but with two names. She could get just Oprah. I'm Olivia Rose.
I
Right.
love that.
That's awesome.
But I see a lot for clients where they're like, but I want that thing. I want the Mel Robbins of it all. I want the Oprah of it all. I want the insert name here of it all.
But they don't want the 30 years of work.
Right, but if you want that, you got to backtrack and say, who are you becoming?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the truth that I have leaned into recently, and I think Stephanie heard me say this at something we were at together, that I have to say over and over, and it takes a lot of courage to say and believe, and so I have to say it over and over, is my calling is to live out loud so other people can live their authentic lives.
Yep.
And when I stop doing that is when things go to hell.
Yeah. 100%.
That's where I end up in the bed, not able to get out. That's when I feel other people have betrayed me because I betrayed myself first. That's where I feel myself shrinking or whatever. And by reminding myself that, like, who lived more out loud than Oprah?
Right.
Right? So thank you, Oprah.
I love this because so recently, I think it was during my mom's birthday because it was when my sister was home. So my sister's 10 years older than me, and we are very different humans. And and she made some comment about how, like, I always beat to my own drum. I always did it my way. I just was me. And there were times where she'd be like, there have been many times where she's like, could you just, like, especially once she moved down south, she's like, could you tone the New Englander down? And I was like, no, that doesn't happen. Thank you for pointing it out. Now it's going to get stronger.
Thank you for having me be my authentic self.
Yeah, exactly. You want me to, what? Dim my light? No.
Buckle up, baby. It's going to get higher.
Apparently when I was little and we'd be at church, first off, getting all 5 of us to church was in and of itself a feat. We were never there on time. We always walked in late, like a good 15 minutes. And then we'd all be sitting there. And like, I guess a lot of times I'd be sitting there like Dad with my legs sprawled in my little dress. And I just was like, whatever, like, it's a pew. No one can see anything. No one's seeing diddly. Why do I have to sit like a lady? This is 6-year-old Stephanie. Like,
yeah.
And my sister would get all prim and proper and be like, Stephanie, sit like a lady. And I'd be like, apparently I made that face at her a lot. I'd be like, what?
There's got to be family pictures of that.
Oh, I'm sure there are. In fact, I need to dig them out.
Yeah, you do.
And it was so funny because she's telling this story of like, I don't know if it was like a holiday, so we were all dressed up or something, but she was like, there she was, all dressed up in her little dress and, sitting there all rude and not being prim and proper. And she's like, and I looked at mom and was like, after I, kind of went, yeah, right, whatever. She's like, I looked at Mom and was like, Mom, aren't you going to do something? And my mom just shushed her.
I love your mom.
Like, just stop making a ruckus. We're in church. We've already caused a ruckus getting here. Could you just stop?
Good grief.
Family stories, right? They tell us so much. And one of the things that I think a lot and talk a lot with people about is conformity. Mm-hmm. Where were you told to conform and comport and shape that you impose on others because they're not following the rule you felt and you feel a little bit bitter about that?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder what messages your sister got that made her go, I can't be that version. I need to be this version. And then, well, Stephanie can't be that version if I can't be that version. So I'm going to correct her as well. And then once we do that, how much empathy do we all of a sudden have for that human that was pissing us off a second ago?
Right. It's interesting because I literally just made this connecting of dots in my brain. I mean, we always joke that my sister just came from a different generation or something. Like, we just joked like we didn't know so she was born in 1968. So back then, my mom was a hot 20-something-year-old who wore the short skirts. And my sister had these stories of being like in a store with my mom and she'd bend over. And of course, you're coming from a little toddler's angle. Of course, you can see mom's panties. But my sister would get all like horrified and be like, that's her story that she tells us now.
Right.
And so it's kind of funny, like, so she had these reactions as a small child, but the other thing about that is when she was about a year old and less than a year, for probably a year and a half, they lived with my grandparents because my dad was in Vietnam.
She's largely shaped by the grandma.
Probably shaped by grandma and grandpa.
There you go.
I don't really... I mean, they were, I guess, prim and proper in their own rights, but like, I never thought of it like that. But yeah, that's probably where she gets some of it.
They probably weren't conforming messages to her directly. It was probably to her mom that she internalized. And we are all a response to our environment, and then we impact our environment, and then it comes back to, and there's this cycle of we respond to the environment, we put back on the environment, and around we go. And those formative early experiences really shape how we see our core values, how we see what one of the big things I talk with people about is, what is respect really? Can you tell me what that is for you? Because for her, respect is sitting like a lady, don't show your panties. You're probably wearing pantyhose. Your dress is probably a little longer. Your hair is like attended to, like, right? That's probably respect for her in one version.
Yeah.
And respect for you, Keenan, is like, my hair gonna be my hair, and I'm gonna sit with my legs splayed out, and I'm gonna go, I'm hungry when I'm hungry, and I don't like these uncomfortable church pews because I grew up on one of those too, and your bum falls asleep because they were
Yes, it does.
and you're told to sit still, and you're like, how is it possible? This is the most uncomfortable thing in the entire world. Right. So I hear people say, I just want them to respect me. I just want mutual respect. Like, oh, respect itself is so loaded because respect is informed by our core values, which are informed by our experiences in the world, which every single one of us
has a different.
Even for twins.
Totally.
Okay, Steph. So your sister is the oldest, you're the second, and your brother's the
middle.
Wait.
I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
Yes. I was a super surprise.
You were the best surprise.
You were the bonus.
I was the extra bonus. Like, mom was going to have tubes tied when she found out she was pregnant with me.
Oh, no, not today.
Yeah, that's basically, the doctor was like, oh, not going to happen today. Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that.
We were all surprises of their own kind, but yeah, I was the most surprising.
And you still are. In the best way.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. And, you know, because I always strongly believe that there is who you come in as and you know, and then how does the world change you? Or does the world change you, you know? And like, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, no matter what, the world is going to influence you. But are you your true self? And like, I love that you're helping people reconnect with their true self. So
yeah, and it's not say world go away, I'm like this. It's a dance with us in the world.
Yeah.
How do I need to be influenced? And how do I need to influence? One of my first Instagram videos was, I'm not taking your feedback. And my kid saw it on Instagram and came home and was like, Mom, I have some feedback.
Like, I have some feedback about your not feedback.
You didn't get the message then.
Well, you know, and they're a teenager and they want to be snarky, but also we need feedback from the world. We need to be shaped by feedback from the world, but let's not take it so darn literally. So when sister says, stop living so out loud, you're embarrassing me. Maybe it's just read the room a little bit more, but don't dim your light. Right?
Yeah.
But what happens to us when we're young is we're still developing. So we take the messages extra literally and then we keep it up in adulthood. But as adulthood, we have a choice to hear the feedback differently. So when my kid said to me at volleyball, read the room, Mom, my job is not to then never go to volleyball. My job is to go, yay, I'm still so supportive of you, but I'm doing it quieter and less often. But I can still feel that emotion. It's not to stifle it, it's to feel it, but channel it slightly differently. Right? That's the authenticity of the dance we need to do with the universe as we grow.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Or I could have been the mom sitting on the bleachers in the corner going,
I don't see that happening.
Which my inner child will do when it gets hurt. If I'm not reconciling, right? Then my energy's still there, but you're going to feel how pouty I am in the corner. That's where we get to that parts work. If that part takes over, it's going to show up like petulant child in the corner, and every other parent's going to be like, what's with that lady over there? And my kid's not going to like volleyball because mom's now being a sore parent about how I am in the world is not okay to you. So the space in the middle is I can feel as energetically excited about my kid and all the kids playing volleyball. It was really a generalized excitement, but I can express it slightly differently in a way that supports the community I am in. And that's where the authenticity of the feedback lies, not hitting the extremes or hitting that sore emotion.
Right.
Bingo.
That's wonderful.
Bingo. So, is there anything special you need to share with the world, going on in your world that you want?
I have
people to
so
know?
many special things to share with the
Yes.
world because we're all so special, as we've been talking about. Yeah, actually, right now, coming out of the recent experience that Stephanie and I met at, I guess it's not as recent anymore. It's a couple months ago now, but I rebranded and I have re-envisioned my Rebel Rise collective. And Wendy, I love that yours is a collective too. I don't hear that very often. So pretty cool. I know we got a thing going on. My Rebel Rise collective is expanding. So we have been meeting on Mondays doing that inner work. And we're actually now adding Tuesdays on of action, activation, and accountability. So that the program is really expanding and I'm doing some really crazy specials. Like I'm doing a Q4 preview the next 2 months. It's just one time under $100. Try it all out, see what you think. And then you get super discounts going into the new year. So women who want to do the inner work and get into action with their leadership or their business, come check it out. Find me at oliviarosecoach.com. Email me olivia@oliviarosecoach.com. It's that easy. Or find me on the Instagram or the Facebook with the exact same thing, Olivia Rose Coach. And let's have a conversation about what the inner work and the activation it looks like together, because we cannot wait until we're perfect to do the work because we will never be able to do the work. Because it doesn't exist. So that's the big thing going on right now. And then little sneak preview. Kind of happy to announce it here. I haven't announced it publicly yet.
Oh my gosh, we get the first
Podcast. I have a podcast coming out at the end of the year where we, myself and my collaborator, who is a history teacher, we are looking at individual and collective human growth and development through the lens of punk music and culture.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, there's nothing else like it out there. I am crazy.
My new favorite
That is bananas.
podcast, for sure.
I love it.
Which is great because, Mark Maron stopped his, so I need something new.
Yeah, right?
What's it called?
So it's called Rogue Frequencies.
Oh.
And it's not out yet, but
Okay, but it will be.
We have a punk band on board that wrote our theme song. We have a local artist, local to us in the Colorado area, local artist doing our graphics, all from the punk community.
Oh my gosh.
Season 1 is all about Matt and I just picking subgenres, bands, and eras to look at what we can glean from that. And then when we move into season 2, it'll be talking with people who have punk identity and how that has helped them grow and shift and continue to become the human they're becoming. So I will make sure to let you all know when it's out and running so you can let people know who are so excited from today. And then if you follow me on the socials, you'll definitely know when it's out.
That's amazing.
That'll be amazing. I can't wait.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, and thank you for what you're doing. It's really inspired me as well. To when you have a message to share, get out there and share it. People want to hear that.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being our guest. And, I've learned even more, I spent 4 or 5 intense days with you, but this has been so eye-opening about what exactly you do and how you help people. And the knowledge, the insane amount of knowledge you truly have is awesome. And I love it. And I still think we are going to have you back in the new year for an Enneagram discussion, and we'll have both take our tests so that you can dig into us and
I'm in.
Figure us out.
help us figure ourselves out.
I'm happy. It's been my pleasure, really.
Wicked cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wendy, anything else?
That's it. Just thank you so much. And wow, I learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Me too.
Cool. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.